Hey, what's going on, friends, family? My name is Skylent, and right now, if you didn't know, the video game party club, which I started so that we can all play games together, is running through Guild Wars 2. So join my Discord, go to #channel_party, and join us there. We made a guild and everything. Ask for my name in game, PM me or whatever, and I'll get you in the guild, and we'll have fun. But we are playing Guild Wars 2 this month, leveling through it, doing some PvP, and I got a 1v1 tournament coming, and a lot of other fun stuff. But today I wanted to actually talk about an update on Guild Wars 2. Now this is a little update. Well, I mean, it's kind of a big deal. It opens up a whole new map and a new zone and kind of a unique way to play. And there's some really fun things to talk about with this, but it's not a giant, massive expansion. Still, it's a substantial update, and it's something that I wanted to talk about for a while, just Guild Wars 2 in general. But yeah, no, this specific one. So let's talk about this one. Is called No Quarter. It's episode 3 of the Icebrood saga. And going forward, immediately let me tell you that I do not know the full story of the living story of Guild Wars 2 at the moment. I played this game incredibly casually, and I'm actually still running through the free-to-play content despite me playing since day one and owning all the expansions. So yeah, I just jump in for seasonal events, things like that. When there's a new expansion or something like that, I do get interested, I play it for a bit, and you know, I have my fun and I dip out, and that's totally fine and cool. Though with these newest updates, I'm really excited to kind of one and done and run through the story absolutely. And I do want to suggest that you guys do the same as well, and hopefully this video hypes you up and gives you a reason to try it out again. Anyway, so No Quarter is going to be beginning May 26th, and it's going to focus on the charr aspects, on the race and the different cultures of the charr, and specifically there is a civil war between somebody named Bangar. He has forces that he has named his army the Dominion, and you are going to be working with Rytlock as well as some other characters so that you can kind of conquest and fight them back. Now, one really interesting and kind of the gimmick here aspect for this expansion or this little DLC or whatever, you know, it's a free update for the story. This new map that they're adding actually has flavors of world versus world. So Guild Wars 2 actually has some interesting PvP stuffs and things, and it also has really interesting PvE events. But this time they're having, well, it's not PvP, so it's a world map, but it's going to feel like PvP. It is a world map that actually has almost like a Dynasty Warriors kind of vibe going on, where it's like, okay, it's a big open map, and then there's going to be these PvE dynamic events that are going to be kind of rolling through and conquering different areas, different territories, and you have to kind of beat them back. This isn't too uncommon, I think, in this game in particular. There are some events that kind of do this, or technically do this, but in this style, with this feeling, into an entire map-wide scale, I think the closest might be Ore, and that's really a very linear experience. The fact that there's like different territories in different directions, and there might be even strategies for commanders of guilds to, you know, want to take you to one area or another. I don't know, it's just really exciting. Now, the only thing that'd make it cooler is if it was PvEVP, but that's just me. It's still a really interesting concept. No, you're not going to be able to choose sides, I guess, probably. Not, you're not going to be able to be the bad guys or anything like that, but you're going to jump in and you're going to have like this, you know, this feel of war. It's not just some quests that you run through. It's not just one event or even one linear chain of events. It is a constant state of war in this map. So what is the map called? It's named Drizzlewood Coast, which is, you know, it's a cute little name. This dense and beautiful woodland is the stage for a brutal civil war between the Dominion and the United Legions. We're going to be the United Legions. We're the good guys. Aren't we, guys? With diminished resources, strategy is key. Claim territory from enemy forces led by Ryland's Steel Warband, whatever that means, and push back the front lines in a map-wide meta event. By the way, if you're interested in Guild Wars 2, these meta events, seasonal, expansion, or just, you know, base dynamic events, they can be incredibly engrossing and very fun. I really think you guys should give them a shot. Even if you just one and done them. Sure, Guild Wars 2 might not be a game that you just play every day, all the time, nonstop, because you need to get the next raid tier. You got to get that sweet loot. You got to get that daily progression. No, it's not that kind of game, but it is a really fantastic experience for what it is, and it's very special. So we got a new mastery, apparently, as well. United Legions Waystation Synchronization. Yeah, take advantage of United Legions Waystations throughout the Drizzlewood Coast and gain special action skills to aid you in battle. The Essence Manipulation Mastery track expands with a 4th tier, allowing you to use your special action skills on enemies regardless of their essence. Skills will chain to nearby enemies with bonus damage if their essence is aligned to the skill. Now, for those who are new to Guild Wars 2 or don't know what I'm talking about, I also don't know what I just read as well. So that might be a sign of where this game is going, more to very, very specialized and interesting, unique progression. The mastery system was introduced with Heart of Thorns, and I got to see that a little bit with the gliding and the jumping on mushrooms. These are things that are very specific, map-specific features where, okay, if there's like mushrooms in an area, then you can learn to jump on them and they can send you flying across the map, stuff like that. But you have to kind of spec into it and learn it. So these are kind of quality of life things that can change how you play the game. It's pretty fun. It's pretty interesting. So I guess here we're going to get like weapons. We're going to get like, combat aspects, things like that. So that's pretty cool. We have a new strike mission as well in the game. Survive an onslaught from waves of Dominion forces. Oh my god, yes. Culminating in an intense final battle. I don't know about you guys, but recently, like, there were some games like Rend and a few others, kind of Fortnite-ish. I don't know. There's a few games that have tried to do online server wave survival. I kind of like 7 Days to Die a lot. But inside of an MMO, New World is trying to do it. I think it's probably going to do well. But finally, we got a strike mission that gives us like a horde wave kind of survival, big epic battle kind of thing. I love it. I love it, especially with the kind of like the Warriors-esque flow that this little DLC kind of has going for it. So absolutely, dude, let's moose ow up in this, bitch. I can't wait. Anyways, we got some new rewards, and you guys are probably going to be excited about that. I'm looking forward to it. That we have the ability to unlock 2 new weapon sets. Yeah, a 4-piece armor set inspired by the ceremonial garb of the Norn Bear Shamans, a new emo, and more. It looks like we got some Tengu stuff going on there. Yeah. Tengu are the bird people, but it looks like there's a lot of stuff going on with this DLC that's kind of going back to some stuff that we saw in Guild Wars 1. And by we, I don't mean me. I did not play Guild Wars 1, but I know that a lot of people who have played Guild Wars 1 are very excited for the newest stuff coming out of Guild Wars 2. Path of Fire was starting to like really kind of, get back into that groove. Like, okay, no, we're gonna go back to these old locations from Guild Wars 1, bring back some old lore and kind of explore more of the world that has actually already been established. And it seems like we're going to do that more and more and dive deeper into it. Anyways, I can't really elaborate too much on the full expansion that's coming out for Guild Wars 2, which is hinted to be a Canthian expansion, which everyone is just jerking off to. Again, I didn't play Guild Wars 1. I don't know how exciting that is. I do believe it's more of an Eastern theme, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm looking to play more Guild Wars 2, and I really do appreciate that they're still doing these micro expansions while still also doing full expansions. If you guys didn't get to play vanilla Guild Wars 2, the whole concept was there was going to be no expansions proper. It was just going to be a box game, and then from that, maybe, some microtransactions, but it was supposed to just be these limited time events or these micro expansions that just happened once, ever, always. And then they were going to have these episodes that kind of continued the story. So that's how we have the living story now. But it also is like, we also have these big expansions now. And also we have like a much heavier cash shop. And there's a lot of stuff to talk about here in terms of quality. So I do want to rant and ramble about that. But overall, Guild Wars 2 has definitely changed. We have seen less variety of seasonal events. Less more unique events, but the living story is still progressing. It's just more intertwined with this expansion stuff and things. And I don't know how you guys feel about that, especially since a lot of my community loves the free-to-play aspect. And frankly, I love that part about Guild Wars as well. Anyways, so let's talk about the quality of this. I can tell you Guild Wars 2 is one of the most quality games out there, as well as MMOs. A lot of people jump in and it's very simple at the start. Again, it actually wasn't like that originally in vanilla. You would get way more skills way faster. The game was much more difficult a long time ago, but they kind of casualized at least the introductory experience. But it's still a fantastic game, and it is actually very challenging. So keep that in mind. High quality, voice acting, all that good stuff throughout the entire game. I really appreciate all of the unique features that this game has, and it is my most played MMO. But this expansion, or this little micro DLC, whatever you want to call it, this new update, there is not going to be voice acting, at least at the start when they launch this. That's because of current world events. It's hard to get voice actors into the studio. And I'm kind of conflicted about that because the trailer looks a little lackluster, sounds a little lackluster. I think the whole game is voice acted, so it's weird that it's not going to have that at the beginning, I guess. So, I don't know. That's just a weird thing. But then again, can they help it? They just want to launch this. They want to get this out. So yeah, I'm sure it's going to be fun. Absolutely. But also moving forward, I would have to say that there's been sort of these rumors that Guild Wars 2 hasn't been doing that great and that it's dying, it's dead. But people have been saying that since the beginning because Guild Wars is a game that you do one and done. You do finish everything and then you are done and you leave. It hasn't had as many vertical progressive expansions as something like Final Fantasy XIV or World of Warcraft. And it hasn't had as many micro DLCs like Elder Scrolls Online, though it's starting to get up there. You know, now it's starting to pick up pace with that because they know how to make their money now. But I can say that for what it is, it's a really fun game that you can jump back into, and you really should if you haven't done it in a long time, which I am right now. We all are with the Video Game Party Club. Yeah, please join us. But yeah, these rumors that, you know, the whole game is shutting down and it's going to cancel. No, we have an expansion coming out, guys. And the quality throughout all of this has been really good. I think the only thing that people comment on is maybe the story is really cheesy and takes some twists and turns that people maybe don't like. That's going to be pretty much every long-going show or book series, Game of Thrones, you know what I'm saying? Like, so everything that has like so many episodes might go in some directions that some people don't like. That's what I got to say. But overall, even though it changed so radically from the living story that I used to know, I still really appreciate it. I still like it. Now I'm still running through it, but it's still pretty fun. I just think that Guild Wars 2 has kept up its quality ever since then. The only thing that really has been detrimented, which I can ramble about real quick, is going to be the PvP, which I do like that they're giving us PvE that feels like PvP, and it does seem like they're trying to do some things with PvP now. It's just really freaking late. But I can say that the PvP is, for a game called Guild Wars, which historically was very much known for its guild versus guild and stuff like that, and even started as an esport, it is a little wet noodle fighty. It's a little uninspired, and it sucks because these class mechanics are so fun to fight 1v1. Yeah, you know, they could have done more, and the world versus world used to be so hype, and they just didn't do much with it. So maybe with this new expansion, or in between then or after then, you know, around sometime between here and forever, I would really appreciate Guild Wars 2 to reach its peak with being a PvP focused game, or even doing something very innovative with maybe a map that is PvEvP, which I thought this little DLC was going to be at first glance. Anyways, so Guild Wars 2, I do appreciate its meta events, its dynamic events. I do appreciate its combat mechanics, and I like that this new little DLC is less, even though I do love the seasonal events and the jumping puzzles. That's mostly why I play. I actually do love the combat. So I love that it's just combat. It's just action, it's fighting, and it's tied directly into the story, the heart of what makes Guild Wars, which is very Warcraftian in my opinion. So if you guys love classic World of Warcraft, I think you guys might really, really like this new little micro DLC expansion thing. So yeah, guys, look forward to this as well as the entire Icebrood saga. And then we also do have an expansion on the horizon. A lot of cool stuff going on with Guild Wars 2. Whether if you missed it or not, or just play the base game. The base game is still such a high quality game and totally holds up today. I'm actually replaying it right now. I'm telling you, even its worst parts are still miles better than most MMOs out there, or just general action RPG. Because believe it or not, this is an action RPG. Guild Wars 2 is the most action-packed tab target MMO that I've ever played. In fact, you can play it just as an action combat game. That's another misconception. In fact, if you guys think it's a good idea, maybe I should just do a top 10 misconceptions of Guild Wars 2, because a lot of y'all just spew nonsense, which I totally get. Like, I just spew bullshit too. Like, you know, I haven't played this game that much either. I'm talking about DLCs and stuff, but you guys just say stuff and things like, oh, it's a tab target game. That's not quite, no. You can play it totally action combat. Things do travel in real time. There's more skill shots in this MMO than any other MMO. So yeah, anyways, yeah, Guild Wars 2, it's a hoot and holler. It's fun to play, and you guys should definitely be looking forward to No Quarter, episode 3 of the Icebrood saga, coming May 26th. Thanks for watching, guys, and make sure to stay tuned for twitch.tv/Skylent, or I might just stream on YouTube here. Whatever, I don't know, I'll pick it. I'll be streaming Guild Wars 2 and playing with you guys at the Video Game Party Club. Remember, links in the description in the comment. Join the Discord, all that good stuff and things. Keep the hype alive, and also, thanks Patreons. Thanks for money and stuff. I'll see you again next time.